I'm Tasha and welcome to QUB Conservation, your lockdown lowdown on new ecology research. In this series, we challenged biologists at Queen's to tell us about exciting new research in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Hannah White. I'm a postdoctoral research fellow at University College Dublin, and I'm collaborating on a project with researchers at Queen's University.
Why is it important that we measure plant productivity?
Plant productivity is really important because it basically represents the energy in a system. This is obviously affected by climate change and land use, but we also kind of want to measure it because it provides us with a resource. So plant productivity provides us with food, but it also provides the system with energy, and we know that the system is working.
So how does biodiversity link to stable ecosystems?
Biodiversity promotes ecosystem stability. So the more biodiverse an area is, the more species it has, or the more different functions that are going on. When something happens, there's other species that can come in and continue a particular function.
How do you measure these things?
Traditionally, plant productivity and stability, and also the effect of biodiversity on these, have been measured at the field scale. So you'll create a drought or create a flood and see what happens. But this means you're only looking at the field scale. It also takes a lot of manpower. So one thing I'm really interested in is looking at these patterns at landscape scales. And to allow me to do that, I use data from satellites. So these things called vegetation indices, which use different wavelengths of light to basically measure how green an area is, so you can see how productive it is.
So ultimately, how do you use these data?
We want to be able to build resilient landscapes. We know from climate projections that extreme events such as floods and droughts are going to become more extreme, and they're going to become more frequent. So we need to predict how landscapes and ecosystems are going to react and how they're going to recover. And then also, if we can, look, okay, so we know biodiversity increases stability. So if we can make sure that we're not just planting monocultures of one species, then we might be able to make our landscapes more stable and more resilient.